7 typical behaviors of the fake rich. All that glitters is not gold. This old adage states that not everything that looks precious is actually precious. This is especially true with people. Often we perceive someone to be wealthy when the reality is far from that. They're just one of the many fake rich people we meet every day. The fake rich are masters at selling themselves to others in the best possible way. And in this video, we'll see 7 typical behaviors that will help us distinguish them from the real rich. Number 1. They give more importance to the perception of a brand than to the quality of it. Let's take an item of clothing as an example. The thing that will be mainly attractive to the fake rich will be the logo of the item in question and how it will be seen by others. It doesn't actually matter if the brands are excessively overpriced in relation to the quality they actually offer. To the fake rich, what's important is that the masses consider these brands to be famous and desirable. And, as a rule of thumb, the bigger the logo, the better it is. Those who are truly rich, however, have other priorities. For them, a piece of clothing has to be of a good quality, comfortable, and it has to fit well. They're not concerned with the size of the logo and other such trivial things. Now, I know what you're thinking. You get what you pay for, and this is absolutely true. It's also true, however, that many brands owe their success entirely to their great marketing campaigns, rather than to the quality of their often very mediocre products. Number 2. They need constant approval and love to show off their wealth. The fake rich have a constant need to impress others, spending more time bragging about their pseudo-success rather than using that time to truly achieve important goals. Their natural habitat is the social network. They love glitzy and trendy places, and nothing gives them more pleasure than flaunting a new expensive purchase on Instagram, never mind the fact that they'll be paying it off for the next 4 years. All of us have, or have had, a friend, relative, or acquaintance who somehow reflects this behavior. For the fake rich, it's very important to let people know exactly how much they spent on expensive objects, a dinner in a luxury restaurant, or a first-class airplane ticket. Number 3. They love to associate with famous people. The fake rich like to associate themselves with well-known and somewhat famous people. It doesn't matter to the fake rich if the famous person isn't interested in them. It doesn't matter that they barely know each other and have spent only a few minutes in the same room together. The fake rich love to feel important thanks to their acquaintances, which consists in basically taking advantage of the value other people created for themselves. The truth, however, is completely different. What a person is really worth is closely related to what this person did to be successful, not to what his or her friends or acquaintances did. Number 4. They constantly boast of big plans and great ideas, but they're not able to actually see them through. Talking big about projects and ideas with great potential is one of the most beloved hobbies of the fake rich. The problem is that having a great idea is only 1% of a puzzle, which is made up of 99% action and hard work. But by now we know that the fake rich are all words and no action. They're neither willing to work long hours for long periods of time, nor to make the necessary sacrifices for years and years in order to be successful. Their minds are busy planning how they will spend the money they will make one day, and they're continually looking for some new way to get rich quick, rather than dedicating time and perseverance to a serious project. As usual, most of these wannabes will end up looking for some excuse to justify their umpteenth failure. True rich people focus on incremental progress and dedicate at least 5 to 10 years to a project on which they have serious intentions. To quote Bill Gates, most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Number 5. They love to use complicated titles for their job position. The fake rich really try hard to impress others by using professional titles that will appear more prestigious than they actually are. This attitude is ridiculous. There is nothing to be ashamed of in any honest job a person does. Anyone who does their job well deserves respect, regardless of the title. Technically, anyone could register a small company with a few dollars and call themselves CEO of their business even if they're dead broke. For the couple of months that the cryptocurrency boom lasted, I remember seeing hundreds of 17-year-old cryptocurrency experts. They disappeared shortly after. Unless you're great at your job and deliver consistent results over a long period of time, I'm talking years, whatever fancy title you give yourself does not mean a thing. Concentrate on doing your job as well as you can and on achieving satisfactory results over time, and you'll be appreciated by everyone. Leave the fancy job title to those with low self-esteem. Number 6. They're surrounded by other fake rich. Do you know the saying, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with"? The fake rich are a clear example of this. They love to surround themselves with people with the same mentality. They love to eat in luxury restaurants and order bottles of champagne at exorbitant prices at clubs. They spend their time reassuring each other that the next idea they have in the pipeline will make them rich and that it's only a matter of time before it happens. In the meantime, while they're busy spending the little money they have to appear wealthy, the real rich are working hard and investing their money in a disciplined way that will allow them to achieve an exponential economic return over time. Don't get me wrong, this does not mean that the real rich don't have moments of leisure. Of course they do, but they dedicate their free time to things that they actually love doing. They don't bother doing things with the sole purpose of showing off and making themselves look good to others. Number 7. They have no money saved or invested and they buy on credit. The fake rich do not manage their finances carefully. They don't save and they don't invest their money for the simple fact that they have no money. Besides, even if they did have money, they wouldn't have the knowledge on how to properly invest it. Once wannabes are done spending what they earn, their next step is to buy on credit. Why buy a used car and deprive yourself of driving a brand new supercar that you can pay over 60 installments? And who cares if that same car will have lost half its value in the next 2 years? Who cares about the interest on installments? Who cares if it will cost a fortune in insurance every year? Their reasoning is this: I think about the present because I don't know if I will still be here tomorrow. The reality, however, is that the present of today is the future you worked on yesterday. So, if they had really invested their time in the right way in the past, now they could be really comfortable with their finances and not just wannabes. By following this thinking process, they'll inevitably reach a moment when they find themselves facing an unexpected event and have no savings to deal with it. Their only choice is to apply for loans in order to cover the expenses. These loans have their own interest rates, which will further worsen their bad economic situation. The lucky ones will be able to count on their parents' money to come to their rescue. The rest will get into serious financial trouble. In addition, because of their inability to save money, even if a real investment opportunity arises, they'll have no funds to finance it, thus missing out on yet another chance to make real money. The real wealthy always have multiple sources of income that allow them to sleep well. Moreover, they always have cash available so as not to miss out on any opportunities that may come up. The real rich know that it's not wise to buy items that do not bring an economic return in deferred payments because they'll end up paying more over time. The only times a true rich man will buy on credit will be to make an investment that ensures a higher return than the interest they have to pay on the loan requested. Do you have any friends, relatives, or acquaintances that pop into your mind while watching this video? Let us know in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to push the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, don't forget to activate the notification bell. This way you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded on the channel. Thanks for listening and have a great day.